to join us. Now, today we've actually got a topic. We're not going to. We're actually brainstorming because we do, whilst we're doing these live shows, come up with ideas. And the topic overall today, if I can find it, because we've just been talking about YouTube, it's there. Okay, what we're going to be talking about today, and welcome to the show, by the way, is building your brand.
Excellent topic.
Yeah, live video is the best way to do it, isn't it? Because you can't escape.
Yeah, absolutely. Because mostly branding, it's about giving an identity to something, to a brand or to someone, a person. And I guess it's the closest way to the offline contact, the live streaming. So if you are talking, if you are showing, for instance, if you are selling products, if you are a brand, a corporate brand, and if you are showing how does your product or service works, how you manage things, how you contact with your clients, you are showing your brand. You are doing branding also. So for me, it's an amazing way to build branding.
It so is. And now that we can actually use Be.Live to record, it means that you can actually record video and then you can play it during a live show. And I went back to my YouTube channel recently, and you know the introductory video where you actually say where you are, who you are, and what you're doing. Well, it was totally out of date, and it was me, younger me, obviously, but it didn't say what I did. And that's the problem we've got all this information out there that when people meet you on live video for the first time, you have to say who you are. And rather than repeating it over and over, you could actually make a short video.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yes.
Right. Well, yeah, we're just brainstorming. I mean, if you, how can I put this? When people meet us here now, they can tell that we know each other and we're friends and that we're from England and Portugal. But they know what we're actually showing through this broadcast, when in fact we're involved in a lot of things. I mean, we were just talking about the training that you're doing, which isn't part of your live videos. It's things that are going on behind the scenes, like the Udemy courses. Yeah. And we're not actually, well, I'm not, because I'm not a marketing person. In terms of brand, my brand is not up to date. It's not actually saying exactly what I do. And I think there is a case for actually sitting down and saying, right, okay, this is what I do. And then going to camera, live to camera, on your own, hit the record button. Any additions you need, like images and what have you, set those up first. But then go and record your own personal story.
Yeah, in your own tone, because there's something that it's tempting to do it. Oh, let me do it. We first of all we do some research to see what the others are doing, and try to do some benchmark. But there's a problem with that. It's maybe you stick too much on the example. For instance, oh, they talk like that. Oh, let me talk the same way because it's okay. People like it, but it's not your tone. It's something that you should respect. Lately I've been, because it came out of my mind. The two things for me very important is to respect the stage on you where you are. I mean, if you are starting, you should do the things as a starter, as a beginner, not as a pro. So if the things don't go as some people you like to see on the screen, it's normal, because it's your beginning. You should be aware of that and respect there, because when someone is, for instance, when you are starting to walk, you can't run like Usain Bolt. It's you.
That's true. That's true. I could never run like Usain Bolt. Never.
I guess no one. But that's the point. You should respect that. If watch how they do. But my opinion is, look what I say, listen to what I say, how you should do by now. But because you may be scared because he does so good, and or that girl does it so nice, I like the way she does, and then but I can't do like that. Oh my god, I'm very scared. I'm frightened because I can't. Tell me, Steven.
It's a bit like karaoke, where you sing a song in the style of the person who originally recorded it and try to get as close as possible, but you're actually never going to get there, because they have a professional studio. They've got everything just so when they actually do the original recording that you can get the feeling of it, but you can't actually reproduce it totally. I take your point. You can't do the same with your profile promotion video. It's your video. It's you you're talking about, and we're all unique. That's one of the beautiful things, that we all have different outlooks, different perspectives, and that's what should come across in a promotional video.
Absolutely. And as you said before, it's nice to tell your own story. And how does your own story teach you how to manage things? How your story taught you how to solve the problem that makes you come to the point where you are. For instance, my story about live streaming, it's because it worked for me. I've been in a point that I don't really know to where to put my eye to
focus.
To focus, but to be known, to be recognized about my knowledge, about my expertise, and that kind of thing. And I was wondering, what the hell should I do so I become known, become recognized, and so on? What should I do? Oh my god! And then one day I found live streaming, and oh my god, that's it. But I faced another problem. It was to have someone to join me to do this together, because to do all alone, it's not so funny, to be honest. I guess one of the funny things about live streaming, and it's one of the don't think this funny side of the thing, it's a crazy time. No, it's the more insightful thing about live streaming, because you are very close to someone who can show you something, a different view, a different size of things, a different way to do things, which could bring you value. It's nice because it's funny, but it's also good, insightful for you. So I had. It was hard for me to start. Then I found in the early 18th. I found a girl from Mexico,
right?
Which I invited her to be my first guest on my show, which will be in early December. In a couple of weeks, I'm doing the episode 100.
Right. Is that a special episode?
Yeah. So you're invited, Steven, of course, to join and share some things, and that's it. That's one thing important about branding. It's what you're selling could help you on your way.
Well, that's the thing. The story that you tell at episode 1 is different from the story you can tell at episode 100, because in the intervening period of a couple of years, you've changed the way that you approach things. Yeah.
Okay, of course.
And as you said, one of the beauties of live video is that we can get together and we can talk through ideas. And I know, because of the respect between us, that if I give you an idea that's rubbish, you will tell me. And if I give you an idea that is good, then you will smile and encourage me. And that's the beauty of live video and actually having two people on screen, is that you can bounce ideas from one to the other and get feedback. And anybody who's watching now, we'd welcome your feedback and would love to know how you're building your brand.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah. Now, the other side of it is we have a friend. We like telling our own personal stories, and that's basically what's happened to us, which we find amusing or shocking or whatever. And that's one way you can actually be real, because you can't hide on live video. You do have to tell the stories. You do have to. It's up to you how much you show. I mean, you can either, as long as you're yourself, you can either tell everything, which some people do, and we know exactly what they have for breakfast every day and dinner in the evening, and they enjoy doing it. There's nothing wrong in it. But if we all did that, then we'd eat too much, because we'd be copying the recipe.
Absolutely.
So we can tell our stories, and it's the storytelling. I mean, there are master storytellers who could tell stories about themselves and about other people. And through telling the stories, you get an idea of who that person is. I mean, I remember a gentleman called Peter Ustinov, and he was a great storyteller. And he would get up on stage or on television, and he would tell stories, and he could paint a picture with words, and he could draw you into the story so that you became involved in it. And he could tell amusing stories about other people. He could tell amusing stories about himself. And that's what you've got to do when you're telling your personal story, is whatever you do, don't write down your story and then come to the camera and read it. That's don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should actually pick topics that you enjoy talking about. Do you think?
One of the questions the boys, as we were talking before we coming live, some people, some boys were asking me topics, questions about live streaming, and one of them asked me the 1 million question. The best topic to talk about on live streaming, to have millions of people watching you and so on. And I said stop. It's not right. It's not about that. You should, most of all, you should two things. You should talk about something that passionates you, and about something you know what you're talking about, or people will understand that you are a faker. You're just a character, not a real person, and it doesn't work on live streaming. My opinion, of course.
No, I totally agree with you. You're right. We both agree on that. Definitely, that you should be yourself.
Because first of all, I think you don't want to do live streaming once or twice. You have to, because consistency is also applied to live streaming. Oh, it's yeah. It's mandatory to be consistent. And for instance, if you are pretending that you're someone that you're not, your mask will fall out sooner or later. No. It's something that will happen.
It is, because people will see behind the mask that you've actually built, and once you've got a mask surrounding you working hard to actually keep it there, to maintain it, and you're making life harder than it need be, because all you need to be on live video is yourself. Now, in terms of my original idea, which was to have a promo video promoting me, right? Because I'm British. This is a problem with the British. We don't like promoting ourselves, with exceptions. I know people who do, but most of us don't. But what I'm going to do for next week's show is I'm going to make a 2-minute video about me, so you know more about me than you do now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can actually, when I'm doing other shows, I could actually bring that in occasionally. And the other thing, though, is if I'm going to do that, I have to keep it up to date. So if it changes, then I should redo it. And you should do it. This is something, when you go and you're looking at people's profiles on Facebook and you see a profile picture, and the profile picture is 6 years old, 10 years old,
or more.
Or it could be when they were in the 20s and they're now in the 50s, 40s, 50s. You've got the same sort of thing on video. If you continually showing a video which is 6 months out of date, you've changed, and what you're doing may have changed as well. So I'm going to start by creating my own profile promotion video to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, and I'll bring that with me next week. I'm going to record it on Be.Live TV, of course, because it's so easy to do.
Let me know if you had some difficulty doing that. Which button to push? Let me know. Right. But I think you nailed it, because one thing that happens often for me, it's that I meet someone on real life.
Yep.
So, and for instance, it happens. Hello, Marco, how are you? And who? Because the photo is so different. And then I turn to someone, who was there? Oh my God, she's so different, or he's so different.
Yeah.
Well, people, to me, they used to say, oh, you're taller than I thought, because most of the time I'm sitting, I'm almost 190, so I'm not. Okay. And for a Portuguese, it's even more unusual, because the only time I've been in England, it was, well, I was 15. It was last week. And we were three Portuguese. We went there to a sporting meeting. And so we were three, and the other boy was the same tall, high than me. And they turned to us and, oh, the Portuguese tall? People are used to small people here, but no, we have tall people also. I guess I have some northern genes, because when the French come to invade all the Europe, they come, they were close to, and I guess they let here some seats.
Yes. Well, I mean, the French came down through Spain to Portugal.
Yeah, they were here.
And then the Portuguese and British started working together and pushed the French.
Yeah. It's we have the Holy Alliance. It was about sacred alliance. It was Portugal and England. It's an old alliance.
Indeed,
it is.
Indeed, a very important one too, because it could have if Napoleon had stayed in power.
Wellington,
we'd all be French.
Yeah, maybe. Well, but that. It's nice to talk about this topic, because there's something really important about branding, and this we were talking. It's our roots. It's good to know from where you come to build a lasting and different brand, because if you know from where you come, who you are, it's easier for you to understand how can I be different, because in this era, when you can come, you can be where you want mostly, or so it's tempting to try. Oh, I for instance, I'm in a small village in a small part of a small country, very small, and it could be tempting for me to, I won't talk about, because I'm ashamed about that, because it's not fancy, it's not fashion to be from a small country to live in a small village in the countryside. But I guess it's important for you to also to respect that.
It is. It's to be able to take things in context. And the other thing, of course, is that many of our younger viewers may not know that Portugal, like England, ruled the world with its navy. And there was a time when Portugal and England traded around the globe. I mean, we have long histories, and most of it we should be proud of. And in terms of building your brand, I just want to come back to one important thing. If you say that you can do everything, my view is that you never say that I can do everything you need. What you should do is focus on a niche element and become known for doing that one thing. All the rest is outside that, and you can bring it in later. But if you want to become known, then the way to do it is to focus on what you're good at and what people want to hear from you about. I know I came across an example yesterday. I'll just give you an example. Somebody decided that live video would be a good thing. Okay. They have very few friends, contacts on Facebook. And they've started doing live videos, and the live video has at the top of it an affiliate link. Yeah. And the whole video is not about them. It's about something that they're trying to sell. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, I don't think so. If you want to sell just like that, and when the people that are watching you, it's cold. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think it works, and you will. Well, of course, there's, and that's the problem. I used to call to that it work with one, and it's, oh my God, I told you it was gonna work. But that's the point, because if you are annoying people trying to sell all the time and not giving valuable content, it won't work, in my opinion.
No. I mean, we're coming from a background of helping people, and it's simply by helping people with your own expertise that you get known, and that you build a network, and you become friends with people. Live video is the best way to do that, but it's through helping. And this is a difficult thing for most people to understand, especially the guy who's just trying to sell to us. If you help someone now, what happens is that some months ahead, someone else different will help you. And that's the way that it works. And there's it's counterintuitive. You think, if I help you, you will help me. No. If I help you, I do it because I want to, and I want you to succeed. And then some way down the road, some months down the road, I meet somebody who can actually help me, and I say, yes, please. Yeah. And that's the way networking works. It's not get a result today, it's give, and later you'll get unexpected help from somebody you didn't even know. Yeah. Anyway, rant over. That's it. I'm done.
No, there's one thing about that, because lately I've been thinking, because we have mostly here on Portugal, we have about this free. We have a different mindset, unfortunately, because people get used to free, and they don't. That's one problem. So I think it's okay to share free stuff, okay, but you should start based on what you share for free, you should prepare something to sell. Like, for instance, well, look, I'm here teaching how to use this, how to make that, and so on. But if you want to go further, if you want fastest results, if you want something better or something, you need to buy me. You can buy me this.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one problem I made, one mistake I made was I've been given too much and I didn't have the product to sell at the end.
No.
It's very important because we should be aware that even though sometimes we are frightened about the selling, it's something that scares us. Most of the people, I have to sell. Well, okay, some people will go away. It's normal because are people that like to want things for free. That's it. But
human nature, yeah.
But there's some people that want more, and if you don't show, look, my catalog, what I have to sell to you, then won't buy, and some will sell. What is this all about? It's like I like to give the example about the cute girl on the high school. We like a girl, and then we start to talking with her and so on, and okay, how are you? And the next day we talk even a little more, but after all, we don't ask her to go out.
No.
And the girl, some of them will get upset because what this boy wants after all. And it's kind of the same when you are, because we should think about it. Is mostly here on the south of Europe, we have this kind of, unfortunately, we have this kind of mindset that we like too much things for free. Okay, so we have to because at the end of the day we need money to buy, to pay bills and that kind of things. and if you are giving something with value, if you are, because one of the big mistakes we make often is that we understand helping is free, and it's not one thing. Because, for instance, you go to the doctor because you want them to help you. You are sick, you have something, and you want to the doctor to heal you, right? But at the end, you know for sure that you have to pay.
Oh yeah.
That's one point. It doesn't mean because someone tells you he wants to help you, it doesn't mean it has to be for free. And if it's free, it doesn't mean that it's going to help you, because it could be something unvaluable. But it's something that we should be aware of, because I'm now trying to recover from this mistake, but it's hard. And
it is. But I'm in the same situation. I would. It's a difficult one because we want to help people when we can, but you have to, as you say, draw a line and say, right, from now on, I will help you, but I do have to make a living, and these are the products I can help you with. And yeah, so that's a topic for another show as well.
Right, well, absolutely.
Amazingly, we've come to the end of today's show. Wow.
Great.
Would you like to close the show, Marco? And then we'll be back next week at the same time.
Well, okay, I will. That's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed. But mostly I want to about this of branding. It's some point for you to think about it. It's how you solved some problems that came across your life, your business, and so on, and how you make these solutions you figured it out, how you put them as a product or a service to help your public, and how they can take advantage of it, because it's important. Your experience, your knowledge as a solution to someone else's problem, as a improvement to someone else, because that's it. Because people want to buy a better life after all. And if you have the solution to their problem to become better, to have a better life, believe me, it's a nice way for you to brand.
Totally. Until next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
That's